Another saint story made with love.
Hello, I am Rita of Cascia. I was born around the year 1371 in Roccaporina, a small village near Cascia in Umbria, Italy. People remember me today as the saint of impossible causes. But before that, I lived an ordinary life filled with ordinary hopes, ordinary work, and extraordinary suffering. As a child, I loved God deeply. The Augustinian friars helped teach me the faith. I especially love Saint Augustine, Saint John the Baptist, and Saint Nicholas of Tolentino. My heart dreamed of belonging completely to God. But the Lord first led me elsewhere. I became a wife. Around the age of 14, I married Paolo. Life together was not always peaceful. Our land was divided by rivalries and violence, and my husband became caught within them. But I discovered that holiness is not always found by leaving difficult places. Sometimes, it grows inside them. So I prayed. I chose patience. I answered harshness with gentleness. Slowly, God changed our home. Paolo changed. And together, we welcomed 2 sons. For a time, our family knew peace. But suffering returned. My husband was murdered. Everything inside me could have turned to anger. But I chose forgiveness. I even hid the reminder of his death, because I did not want revenge to become my children's inheritance. Yet our world demanded retaliation. I feared not only losing my sons, I feared hatred would capture their hearts. So I prayed, Lord, protect their souls. Do not let evil claim them. Soon afterward, both of my sons became ill. And they died. I mourned them deeply. But I entrusted them to the mercy of God, believing He had received them before violence could take hold. Left alone in the world, I turned completely toward God. At 36 years old, I asked to enter the Augustinian monastery of Saint Mary Magdalene in Cascia. But the answer was no. Not because I lacked faith. But because I was the widow of a murdered man. The wounds between families had not yet healed. The sisters feared that accepting me might bring danger to the monastery. So I did not force the door. I prayed. I asked my patron saints, Saint Augustine, Saint John the Baptist, and Saint Nicholas of Tolentino, to intercede for me. Tradition tells that one night, through their intercession, I was brought inside the closed monastery walls. When the sisters found me there, they believed God Himself had answered. Peace came. And the doors opened. I entered at last. Not to escape suffering, but to offer it to Christ. As an Augustinian sister, I lived quietly. I prayed. I fasted. I cared for the elderly. I served the sick. I helped the poor. Years passed. And one day, while meditating on the Passion of Jesus, I asked, Lord, let me share in your suffering. Then a wound appeared upon my forehead, like a thorn from His crown. I carried that hidden pain for many years. Then came winter. I was old and confined to my bed. A relative came to visit. I asked for something impossible. Please bring me a rose and 2 figs from my family garden. It was January. But when she arrived, she found them. A blooming rose. Fresh figs. For me, they were signs that God's mercy blooms even in winter. On the night between 21 and May 22, 1447, in Cascia, Italy, I returned to the Lord. Little soul, do not think that impossible situations are impossible to God. Do not think that suffering means you are forgotten. God can make roses bloom among thorns. Forgive. Pray. Persevere. I am Saint Rita of Cascia. Wife? Mother. Augustinian sister. And servant of impossible hope. Follow Cute Messengers for more saintly stories. Cute Messengers, small voices, heavenly messages.
Thank you for watching.